So I'm on the run, but I really needed to get this out. To understand the LaQuan McDonald story, you have to understand Chicago. It's a uniquely Chicago story. Chicago's the greatest city in the world. And I say that because many people contend America is the greatest nation in the world. But Chicago is its most accurate reflection. So if you accept that America is the greatest nation, Chicago has got to be the greatest city. It's a uniquely Chicago story. Before there was a LaQuan McDonald, there was a Fred Hampton. He was a bright young man, one of the greatest Americans to ever live. He could have been president. He could have been anything. But in fact, he was executed by the Chicago police with the help of the FBI. They broke into the apartment. They were asleep at the time and completely assassinated this young man. And ironically enough, many people know about Watergate. But around the same time as Watergate was Fred Hampton. And people don't know this history. The apartment where he was assassinated, I believe it's on West Monroe Street. I've been several times and I just look at it and I marvel because it's just a regular building that no one would even know what happened here today. You wouldn't even know this. And so they executed this young man and of course tried to cover it up. This is not new. This is an old narrative recycled. LaQuan McDonald is just the latest example that you happen to know about. And so the idea that poor people, especially poor black people, can actually be killed without just cause, and everyone cover it up, from police officers who submitted false reports, to the district attorney, to even the mayor, Rahm Emanuel. Everyone was aware of this. Everyone was complicit, and we're all just okay with this. And so it's not a victory if one single cop who pulled the trigger is held somewhat responsible only after independent journalists pushed to get the tapes released, pushed to get some of this information out there, because the cover-up was strong. Only after all that we get a trial and then maybe, just maybe, a guilty verdict. That's not a victory. It's not until the U.S. Congress stands up and says, this actually isn't okay because a regular citizen can't file a false police report. Well, certainly we can't allow people sworn to serve and protect to do that and keep their pensions. We can't allow mayors to oversee this and get a salary from taxpayers. We can't allow taxpayer dollars to fund corrupt police departments where we know this is happening. And so until the Congress says it's not okay anymore, and we're going to not only bring you down as a mayor, as a district attorney, but we're going to pull the funding for your department. We're not going to put taxpayer dollars into this. At that point, we're making progress. And let's be clear. Why would that be such a hard thing? Why would taxpayers want their money funding that type of corruption, that type of blatant cover-up, that type of blatant criminal behavior? Well, it's only because taxpayers believe somehow that it doesn't impact them. It's those people. So once again, race is at the center of this. You're only okay with this because you think the police are going to treat poor black people that way. So let's just be honest about where we are on race. So LaQuan McDonald, it's a uniquely Chicago story. It's the kind of thing that you would expect. And what I'm saying is a verdict of second-degree murder for one officer who was only one part of a larger cover-up and a larger culture of it. That's not a victory. We need to get real about this. And this is what we need Congress to do. And until we start moving toward that type of action, we're just playing around.